All right, starting out in a comfortable position for yoga, we're going to begin with just some nice deep breathing exercises to try to release any tension and get our bodies prepared for exercise. So finding a comfortable position in your chair, you may want to slip off your shoes. This is a great thing to do in bare feet so you can actually strengthen the soles of your feet as well, but shoes are fine too. You choose how you feel more comfortable. And I'm going to invite you just to close your eyes for a moment as we check into our breathing. Closing your eyes, sitting comfortably on that chair with your feet flat on the floor. And just take a moment to breathe in deeply to a count of 3. And then exhale slowly to a count of 4. Breathing in, 2, 3. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in through your nose, down into your lungs, and all the way down into your abdomen, allowing your belly just to expand and then contract as you press that air up from your belly, through your lungs, and out your nose. Continuing with that nice deep breathing, I'm going to ask you for the most part to breathe through your noses so your body can filter and warm that air as it comes in. You may hear me breathing with my mouth, and the reason I'm doing that is just as a reminder to keep breathing, okay? So if you hear my breath, it's just a reminder to you to really focus and check in with your breathing. But I do invite you again to breathe through your nose, even though you might hear me breathing through my mouth. And exhale. Just setting aside any worries or concerns, any stressors that you might have had coming into this. Just set them aside, checking in with your breathing. Exhale. And this time, as you inhale, I'd like you to draw your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, gently pressing those shoulders down and into the earth. Inhale, drawing those shoulders up again. And exhale, pressing them down, lengthening the muscles through your neck and shoulder. Now, holding those shoulders down, you're going to inhale again as those shoulders stay pressed down. And this time as you exhale, just gently drop your right ear to your right shoulder, lengthening those muscles in your neck and shoulder area. Inhaling again. Exhale as you gently roll that chin across your chest, down to the center of your chest. Inhaling as you come up to the opposite side, dropping your left ear into your left shoulder as you exhale, lengthening through the neck and shoulder again. And this time, inhale as you slowly bring your head up over your heart again, rolling those shoulders back. With your eyes closed yet, I'm going to invite you to make little tight fists with your hands, little tight fists with your feet. Inhale, tight, tight, tight. And exhale, opening them up, spreading your fingers apart, spreading your toes apart. Inhale, making a nice tight fist. Fist with your little feet as well. And maybe even drawing your knees together, tightening those muscles in your thighs. Feeling your buttocks tighten and lift you up a little bit out of the chair. Squeezing those shoulders into your ears. Fists come into your chest, kind of making a little tight fetal position. Now exhale, blow it out. Opening those fingers, opening the toes. Arms sweep out to the side. Inhale, tightening everything back up together. squeezing the knees, ankles squeeze together, feet squeeze together, palms are tight in a fist, shoulders up. Exhale, blow it out. Opening those fingers and toes. Gently wiggling your fingers and toes. We're gonna slowly inhale, reaching those arms up above our head. A nice, big good morning stretch. And as we hold it there, we're gonna extend our legs out in front of us. Just a nice big stretch from finger to toe. Exhale, relaxing down, bringing your feet back into the earth, bringing your hands to the edge of the chair. And as you inhale, you're gonna slowly bring your back away from the back of the chair. Feet are nice and firmly planted in the earth or your carpet. Inhale and reach up. Again, a nice big good morning stretch. With my feet firmly planted in the ground, we're gonna sweep our right arm down to the edge of the chair as our left arm floats over the top of our body, opening the left side of our body, opening the shoulder, the ribs, the hip. Inhaling, coming up, cartwheeling our arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing that left arm to the chair for support and balance as our right arm floats over the top. And just holding it there while you take a nice deep breath or two, lengthening through the side body. Now inhale, both arms come up to the top. Exhale, releasing down. This time as we inhale, we're gonna roll our thumbs back, opening up our chest, filling our lungs with air, just opening that whole chest cavity. Exhale, rounding those arms forward, bringing our palms together as we gently press our shoulder blades back, rounding through our upper back, tucking our chin into our chest. And then inhale, sweeping those arms open and back again, gazing up towards the ceiling. And exhale down, bringing our hands to the edge of our chairs. We're gonna walk our hips out towards the edge of our chair. Still keeping a nice, firm, solid seat on the chair. Our feet are nice and firmly planted on the ground, about hip width apart. We're gonna inhale, reach our arms up towards the sky, lengthening our spine. And as we exhale, our hands are gonna come down, sitting up nice and tall. So I'm not slouching, I'm nice and tall. My back is straight, and I'm gonna exhale and slowly lean my chest forward, lengthening those muscles in our low back. Lengthening those muscles and stretching through that low back. Inhale, sweeping up, coming all the way up. Exhale, our arms sweep down to support our body weight as we lengthen our spine and lean forward from the hips. And again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, releasing down. Now, this time as you come up, inhale, and as you bring those arms up, you're gonna bring your right leg up too. Tightening those muscles in your thigh, creating a little warmth in your lower body. Shoulders are relaxed, and just roll that ankle out. Rolling your wrists out. I'm sweeping my wrists out, and you just notice what way you're sweeping them this time. And exhale, relax down. Again, sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna exhale and lean forward. Inhale, sweeping up, and as we come up, our left leg is gonna extend. Tightening the muscles in that thigh, trying to get a little space between your thigh and the chair maybe, and rolling the ankle, rolling the wrists. Just getting our blood flowing a little bit. Exhale, releasing that leg down. Notice here we're gonna change our arms. Instead of our hands on our thighs, we're gonna allow those arms to sweep back behind us. As they come back, my shoulder blades contract, and I'm gonna gently lean forward. Notice now I'm in a kind of diagonal position. This is called a seated airplane, okay? So you have your strong airplane wings behind you. Your shoulder blades are nice and tight, creating some heat in the upper back. Your neck is relaxed. I want your eyes to be focused maybe a foot to a foot and a half out in front of you on the floor. So your neck is relaxed. I don't want you cranking it and looking up at the screen, okay? Gently look down at the floor. Inhale, sweeping those arms down and then all the way up, extending your right leg. Exhale down. Bringing those airplane wings back behind you. Eyes on the floor in front of you. Inhale, sweeping up. Left leg comes up. And exhale down. Airplane wings come back behind you. Your back is nice and long. Chest forward, eyes on the floor. Inhale, we're gonna start with the vinyasa breathing now. So it's one breath per movement. So sweeping, inhale up, exhale, sweeping down. Inhale, sweeping up. And again, I'm breathing through my mouth so you can hear it. I prefer you breathe with your nose. Exhale, sweep down. Inhale, sweeping up. Each time you bring that leg up, see if you can bring it a little bit higher, tightening those muscles a little firmer. Exhale down. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale down. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, sweeping down. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, sweep down. Inhale, sweep up. One more time with each leg. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale down. Holding our feet on the ground, we're gonna sweep those arms down and come all the way up again. Exhaling our arms out to the side. And now we're gonna inhale, reach up as our knee comes up into our chest. And down. Continuing with that vinyasa breathing, so inhale as we reach towards the sky, exhale as we come down. And I'm sure you've noticed as we're doing yoga, we do a lot of overhead movements with our arms. And I know some people have issues with shoulders. Please modify that exercise so that it feels comfortable. You might want to bring your arms out in front of you. Maybe you just bring one arm out. Maybe you have it directly in front of you. You choose what feels best for your own body. Exhale down. Just remembering breathing one breath per movement. Inhale, exhale. Once more with each leg. As you're lifting, you're tightening the abdominal wall, warming up your core. And exhale down. Beautiful. Just roll those shoulders out. And from here, what I'd like you to do, your feet are firmly planted on the ground. I'm going to turn just so you can see my alignment. I'm going to slide my tailbone all the way to the edge of the chair. My feet are going to be right below my knees. My knees are kind of even with my toes so that my feet are under a little bit. And my tailbone is right at the edge of my chair. I'm going to inhale, sweep my arms forward as I gently try to shift the weight into my heels, out of my hips and into my heels. You might get some air between your tailbone and the chair, maybe not quite yet. Exhale, slide back, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, sweeping forward, my weight goes down through my knees into my heels. Try to get a little air under that tailbone. Exhale, sweep back. Beginning to really engage our abdomen, our thighs. Inhale, sweep up. See if you can get a little air. Exhale down. Now this time, if you need to use the arms of a chair, if you have arms on your chair, or you can have your hands on the chair, or maybe on your thighs. we're gonna sweep all the way up into a standing position. So sit up nice and tall, inhale. Use a little bit of that momentum to sweep your weight into your heels, and then arms, pull yourself up to the ceiling. As you come up, you're gently pressing those hips forward, opening the front of your hips. We spend so much time bent over and forward. These have a tendency to get really tight. So just pause there, take a couple nice deep breaths, opening up the front of your body. And now we're gonna exhale, slide our tailbone back. Ideally, that chair is right near us. So if we need to, we can sit down at any time. I'm gonna slide the tailbone back as my arms come out in front of me. Into that chair position. Inhale, come up, pressing those hips forward, arms go overhead, opening the front of that body. And again, slide that tailbone down. Listen to your body. If this hurts your knees at all, maybe keep your hips up a little bit further. But just getting that bend and sinking your hips as low as you can is so important for keeping lower body strength. But choose the depth according to how your knees feel. Inhale, sweep up, press those hips forward. And again, we're gonna slide that tailbone back. Notice my knees stay behind my toes. My rear is shooting back behind me. Inhale, come up. And from here, I want you to make little fists with your hands. Float them down to the side and set your fists on your tailbone. And just gently open up that body a little bit more. Squeezing your shoulder blades together, gently pressing those hips forward. Opening up your chest as well as your hips. Inhale, sweeping those arms up again. Being more aware of your lower body at this point. Exhale, sliding that tailbone down. Shoulders are up, hips are down. Choosing, you can have your arms out in front of you, or you may prefer to have them into your heart in prayer position. This is a little bit more stable position with your hands at your heart. This is a little bit more challenging. Just by extending that arm out, gravity kind of pulls you down a little harder. So you choose what feels right. Either way though, I want your neck and shoulders relaxed. So we're not here, we're here. Hopefully feeling a little heat in those thighs, yes? All right, inhale, come up. Exhale, sliding that tailbone down again. And now bringing your hands into your heart. Your legs are just about hip width apart if you need to adjust your feet at all. And what we're gonna do from here with our hips nice and low, you're gonna lift your right heel up. So just rolling onto the ball of your right foot. Heel is lifted. Feeling it intensify in that left leg. Setting that heel down. Inhale, rise all the way up again. Press those hips forward. And once again, sliding the tailbone down. Knees are behind the toes. Finding a nice solid position, choosing your arm position. And we're gonna lift the left heel up. Just feeling it intensify on that right side. Notice my knee is still behind the toe. Check your own positioning, please. We don't want this. Set that heel down. And inhale, come all the way up. Open the front body. Now bringing our hands down to the side, we're just gonna walk our feet apart a little bit. So our feet are ideally at least the width of the chair, maybe wider than the chair. Ideally, I'd prefer if you're a little bit wider than the chair, but if you feel unsafe in that position, you can keep them narrower. And again, that chair is right behind us, so if you feel shaky or whatever, you can have a seat whenever you need to. Now inhale, bringing our arms up to the side. And we're gonna exhale as our tailbone sinks and our arms melt out to the side. Tailbone comes down towards that chair. Again, neck and shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, rise, pressing that tailbone forward. Exhale, sink down. If you feel real solid on your feet and you want to challenge yourself, you can walk out a little bit so that your hips can go lower. Shoulders are up over the hips. Notice here, so I'm not leaning forward like this. I'm upright. My shoulders are relaxed. Now, if anyone knows the name of this position, it's called Sun God. And today in Minnesota, it looks a little dreary, so we could use some sun. So we're just gonna hang out here for 10 minutes. So see if we can pull out the sun. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, sliding that tailbone down again. And from here, we're gonna do exactly the same thing we did with our legs narrow. Just gently lifting that right heel up, sinking your hips down deeply. As you're doing it wide, you're working more of the inner and outer thigh muscles as well as your hips. So just challenging different muscles in your legs. Remember, if you feel any shaking at this point, that means you are building strength. So that is a wonderful thing. Don't be afraid of that, especially when you know the chair is right there. If it gets shaky to the point of needing to have a seat, go for it. Set that heel down, come all the way up again. Hips press forward. Exhale, tailbone back. Arms relaxed to the side. Settling into a comfortable position. Once you feel nice and solid on your feet, lifting that left heel up. Notice as you lift that heel up, it's easy to lift your hips up too, but I want you to keep those hips down deep. Breathing deeply. This is the hard part of our workout here, so challenging the strength of your legs. And set that heel down, come all the way up again. And exhale, release those arms to your side and walk your legs in. Shaking those legs out a little bit. And then I'm gonna invite you to go back behind your chair, please. So you're behind your chair, using your chair for balance and support. And I want you to step maybe a foot to 2 feet away from your chair, depending on your height and all those things. And we're gonna lift up onto our toes. So I'm a slight angle from my shoulders to my heels. My toes are up. So I'm strengthening the muscles in my low leg. All right, now I'm gonna drop my heels down and just lift my toes, stretching through my calves. Inhale, come up on the toes. Exhale down, lifting the toes. And again, up on the toes, strengthening those calves. And last time, lifting the toes. And from here, what I'd like you to do is just flatten your feet into the floor. Take a step back further. And we're gonna slowly extend our arms and let our chest melt into the floor. All right? So this is a modified down dog position. So this is where the puppy can join us if they want. Our tailbone is lifted. The back of our legs are fairly straight. And our chest is pressing into the floor. Arms are extended. So I'm feeling a beautiful stretch all through my arms, my shoulders, my upper back, my lower back, and my hips, and all the way down into the back of your legs. This is a down dog position. Now inhale, bringing your chest up. As your chest comes up, your tailbone is gonna flatten. You're gonna come up on your toes into what's called a plank position. Okay, so I'm a diagonal position from my shoulders to my heels. I'm in a diagonal position, my arms are extended. This is a plank, okay? And now we're gonna exhale and bring our belly button, our chest towards the chair as our arms go out to the side or into your ribs. Cobra position. Inhale, push away. Body is nice and flat in a plank. Our abdomen is nice and tight, supporting that back. Exhale, slowly bring our chest down to the chair. Inhale, push away. We're in plank again. I'm still up on my tippy toes. Exhale down. Inhale back. Now set our heels down. Our tailbone floats out and our chest goes down into down dog again. We're gonna just flow through those movements together. So inhale, coming up on your toes, flat into a plank. Exhale, chaturanga, chair, chest to chair. Inhale, push away. Tailbone floats back, chest melts down into the earth. Inhale, coming up on our toes, hips come in, plank. Exhale in. Chaturanga, cobra. This has a couple different options here. Inhale, push away. Slide that tailbone back. That is our base movements, and we are going to add some warrior lunges to that. So this time as we come up, we're going to inhale and step our right leg forward between the legs of the chair. My back foot is going to turn out slightly. I'm going to turn this way so you can see better. My back foot is turned out slightly, so I have a really nice stable anchor back there. My front foot is forward, okay? So my knee and my toe are tracking together. This back leg is out. My front leg is really bent. Sinking your hips into the earth as deep as you can. And choosing the arm position you feel safest with. I'm either holding onto the chair if I have any balance issues. Also, if this is too hard, you can have your legs closer together. Just keep that knee bent and behind your toe. Otherwise, widening it as much as you're able. Shoulders straight over hips, okay? Arms are out in front, holding the chair. Maybe you hover your hands over the chair. Maybe you hold on with one, hover with one. You choose. Now, holding on with one hand or hovering, you're going to take your left hand and rotate it all the way around, following your fingertips with your eyes, okay? Following those fingertips, bringing it around and back, just challenging our balance. Then we're going to slowly follow our fingers again as we bring them back forward. And again, you choose if you want to hold on to that chair or not. Hold it here, sink a little bit deeper. Now taking that same left arm and we're going to rotate it all the way back behind us into warrior two position. Sitting nice and tall. Exhale and sink those hips into the earth. Gazing over your front fingers. And note at this time, if you feel any shaking in your leg, that is a good thing. That means that you're building strength. We're going to drop our back hand to the back thigh. Our front arm is going to raise up to the ceiling, opening our side body into reverse warrior. Gazing up over your top fingers. And then we're going to cartwheel that arm down. Our back arm is going to cartwheel forward. Holding on to the back of the chair, step that back foot in a little bit, and then take your front leg and step it back into plank. So we're back here into plank position. Exhale, bring your chest to the chair. Inhale, push away, sliding the tailbone back, pressing our chest into the earth, into down dog position. Inhale, our chest comes up as our left leg steps forward now. And our right foot pivots out to the side. I'm going to turn again so you can see. Left leg is forward. Right leg back. My back foot is slightly turned out so that I have a nice solid base. And we lost our music. Sinking that front knee. Hips go down in the center. And again, choosing where your arms are going to be. You can either hold on to the chair, hover one, hover both. If you choose to hold on, I want you to hold on with your left arm now. Take your right arm, float it around to the side, float it around back, following your fingertips with your eyes. So your eyes are following around behind you, gazing over the back fingers, keeping those hips low, and then following your fingertips again with your eyes, bring it around to the front, holding it in front. If you're not holding onto the chair, your palms can face one another. Otherwise, you can hold the chair. You choose again. We're going to take our right arm, bringing it up, cartwheeling it all the way around to the back. Shoulders are level, so my right arm is back. My left leg and left arm are forward. Gazing now over my front fingers. Maybe I'm holding onto the chair. My back arm is going to slide down to my back thigh. Front arm, you can either hold on or lift that front arm to the ceiling, letting the weight of that arm sink your hips a little bit deeper. Trying to bring yourself to where you feel a little shake, challenging your strength. Reverse warriors, what this is called. Then we're going to cartwheel those arms forward. As you grab that chair, step your back foot in just a little so you're solid on your feet. Step that front leg back into plank again. So I'm up on my toes, flat diagonal line from shoulder to heel. Slowly bring your chest to the chair. Cobra or chaturanga. Slide that tailbone back, heels press down, chest into the floor. Inhale as we step up. Your right leg is going to step forward. Your back foot is out. Switching directions again so you can see better. Finding your solid position, hips down. Either holding onto the chair or hovering. Left arm is going to float around, following it with our eyes. Working on balance. At this point, now we've done it once. See if you can go just a little further back here, okay? Maybe an inch, maybe even half an inch. Just see if you can go a little further once your body's nice and warm and comfortable. Then bringing it around in front. Holding it there. Sinking deep. That left arm is going to cartwheel back behind you into warrior two. Exhale, sink those hips deeper. Shoulders are over the hips. Exhale, drop that back hand. Maybe continue holding on. Maybe reach up overhead. Gazing up at your top fingers. Cartwheeling that arm down. Back arm cartwheels forward. Step that back foot in a little bit. And front foot steps back. Exhale, bring your chest to the chair. Hold it here for just a breath or two. Inhale, push back. Tailbone goes back. Chest down into the floor. Lifting that tailbone up, stretching through the back of the thighs. Inhaling it as we come up. Our left leg is going to come forward. Our right foot turns back. Last time through with this, holding the arms up. I'm going to actually turn towards you guys on this one. Left leg forward, right foot back. Again, holding the chair or hovering. Rotating that right arm around. And again, bringing it to where, as far as we can turn, okay? See if you can go a little bit further with that gentle twist. Inhale, drawing that arm forward. Exhale and hold, sinking into those hips. Taking that right arm, cartwheeling it all the way back behind you. Looking over those front fingers as our hips sink. Drop the back hand to your back thigh. Front arm reaches up to the sky. Gazing up over your top fingers. Holding it there, embracing that shake. Cartwheeling both arms forward onto the back of the chair. Walk your back foot in. Step that front leg back. Nice flat plank position. Holding it there. Pull your belly button into your spine. So you're tightening through your whole core here. Now exhale, elbows out to the side, chest to chair. Inhale, push away. Last time, so let that tailbone glide back, chest down between, pressing your head and chest down towards the floor. And from here, what I'd like you to do, just wag your hips from side to side. Just wagging your tailbone from side to side. Just getting some nice movement and flexibility through those hips. And slowly coming up and shaking those legs out. Bring it around, coming into the front of your chair again. I'd like you to stay standing though, but right in front of your chair. So that chair is touching my legs, so if I need it, I know it's there. I can take a seat at any time. My knees are soft, just slightly bent. I'm up nice and tall. I'm gonna inhale, reach my arms up with my knees soft and bent. So you can see this okay? Knees are soft and bent. I'm gonna slowly circle my body in one direction as I exhale. Sweep across my body and inhale on the other side. Inhaling up. Exhale, as my arms go down, my hips are pushing out to the other side. As I inhale, my hips are pointing to the other direction. Really nice, big full body motion. Hips go in the opposite direction of your hands. It's called the sunflower we're doing here. If it hurts your back or is uncomfortable for your back, you can have those hands on your thighs just to support your body weight. All right, so this is an option too. It's just a modified sunflower. But either way, you're pushing those hips from side to side, loosening up through that low back and hip area. Last time, please pause at the top. And we're gonna switch directions. So gently exhale, the other direction. Hips pressing side to side as we inhale and come up. Ah, feels so good to move, doesn't it? Inhaling up. Remember to keep those hands on your thighs if you need some extra back support. Inhaling up. One more nice big sunflower. And inhale, coming all the way to the top. Exhale, release those arms down. And just roll those shoulders out. And bringing your hands to your chair. And just gently taking a seat on your chair. Bringing those legs up in front of you. And just rolling your ankles out, rolling your wrists. And gently switching directions. And making a nice tight fist with your feet and your hands. Open them up, spreading those fingers and toes out. And then one finger or toe at a time, we're just gonna push down. Just stretching those muscles in our hands and feet. And relax, shaking the hands and feet out. And taking a nice deep breath up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, rolling those thumbs back. Opening up our chest. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Now exhale, drawing those arms together as we round our shoulders back. And I'd like you to try to push your shoulder blades out. Tuck your chin in and just round through that low back, stretching out those muscles of your spine. Inhale, opening up as the thumbs roll back again. We spend so much time in that kind of rounded shoulder, hunched forward position. Really would love if you walk away with anything from this class. Think about doing this movement a few times during the day. really can help reduce stress. Exhale, bring the arms forward. And inhale, roll back. Inhale, filling those lungs. Exhale, roll your thumbs down now and towards the back of your chair. And just gently pushing your chest forward, lifting your chin towards the ceiling. Feeling the stretch now more towards the upper part of your shoulders and chest. Nice deep breath. And walking those hands down to the bottom of the chair, letting your arms kind of pull your shoulders down. So instead of my normal position, I'm pulling my shoulders down using that chair. And I'm going to take a nice deep breath. Inhale and exhale, just dropping your right ear to your right shoulder, lengthening all the way from your ear to the tip of your shoulder. Nice deep breaths as you hold, releasing tension from the neck and shoulder area. Gently roll that chin forward, pausing at any points of tension and just breathe to lengthen those muscles. Slowly bringing your head over to the other side, dropping your left ear to the left shoulder, lengthening through that neck and shoulder, taking some nice, beautiful breaths. Bringing your head down to the center. Inhale, coming up, walking those knees apart gently, sitting up nice and tall. And exhaling, using your legs to support your body weight. I want you to keep your chest lifted, bend from your hips forward, slowly leaning forward, allowing that chest to just kind of melt between the thighs. Just lengthening your spine, lengthening that low back. Maybe walking your hands down towards the floor if you feel comfortable, otherwise keeping them on your shins. Just allow your head to drop. Let the weight of your head just pull your spine and lengthen your spine. Gently shake your head no. Gently shake your head yes as you continue breathing. Slowly walk those hands up your legs, coming back upright. Beautiful. And now easing yourself back into your chair. Finding a nice comfortable position on the chair. We're just going to take a moment to end with some nice deep breathing. Feel free to close your eyes at this time. Just focusing on that breathing. Knowing that your breath is really the driving force of your body. So if you can slow down and control your breath and your breathing, you can really control the whole pace of your body. Slowing down, taking a nice deep breath in to a count of 3. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling through your nose, down into your lungs and all the way into your abdomen, letting that diaphragm expand. Exhale, pulling that stomach in, out through your lungs and out through your nose. Again, breathing in to a count of 3. And exhale to a count of 4. Continuing that nice deep breathing. Last time, taking a nice deep breath in. We're going to lift our arms up overhead. As we inhale, extend our legs out in front of us. Nice big stretch from finger to toe. Exhaling down. And again, inhale, reaching up. Bringing our palms together at the top. Pressing our palms into one another as we slowly bring those hands down to our heart. bringing our back away from the back of the chair, sitting up nice and tall, just rubbing those hands together, creating some warmth and friction as our blood flows throughout our body. Taking a nice deep breath again. And I wish each of you blessings and peace and health and safety during this time. And normally we say namaste to end the class, meaning the light in me honors the light in you. So namaste. Blessings to each of you. Thank you so much for joining us.